Hello guys, the Ghost Girl here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, welcome to episode I forgot what episode this is on the Real Ghost Stories. That's not the real name of the episode, guys. It's just I have no idea what the episode is, like what episode this is. But anyway, in this episode, I'm gonna be reading The Gift, and you can see in the picture there's a creepy house or shack or something like that. And I have two things before I get started. Actually, no, three things. The first thing is that one what's really creepy about this, that I'm posting this, like I am recording this at 9:29 p.m. You can see, because if you don't see the time, then check in the corner of my phone, because I'm recording this from on my phone. 9:29 p.m. It's like really dark outside, and I'm by my window while I'm reading this. I'm by my window in my room while I'm reading this story. So yeah, the second thing is that one of these days on a weekend, I'm gonna set my alarm for 3 a.m. and then I'm gonna spin a fidget spinner at 3 a.m. I know you're probably asking, why the weekend? Because I have school and I'm not allowed to stay up until 3 a.m. or wake up at 3 a.m. on a school night, because of course I'm gonna be really tired when I go to school. So a weekend, maybe Saturday I prefer, because Saturday's the middle of the weekend. I might be doing that one of these days, I'm not sure when, but yeah. Anyway, to the third thing. To the third thing. You can listen while closing your eyes and imagine all this stuff happening to a boy or a girl. I do not really care. So anyway, let's get started. Let's get started with a story called The Gift. In 3, 2, 1, go. My family has this thing called the gift or the curse or whatever, but we have a thing where ghosts attach themselves to us and follow us. But same just come with the package. A.M. The house on 11th Street. That house was beautiful. It was all wood floors. There were 3 rooms and it had pearl white walls. Now when I walked in, I knew something was off immediately, but I choose to ignore it and start moving in. The house was okay when it came to room size, but it was better than the other houses we checked, and it was an older and smaller Victorian and whatever house. It was built in, I think, the 50s, and it has a really negative past. But it didn't start showing us it until my sister and her cousin decided to go into the attic. Wait, what? I messed up here. Yeah, into the attic almost half a year after moving in, and they looked through it, and right there, that's when it all started. What started happening was that there were small knocks and the sound of footsteps and the sound of a chain clicking in the bathtub. We didn't pay no mind to it because we had dealt with this before, but then it started to get cycle. About a year later, things started to calm down and we almost forgot about the paranormal happenings in that house. But my sister came to me talking about a little shadow boy, and me being me, I said, there isn't any little shadow boy here. And that same night, I saw a little shadow boy run from the bathroom, and from my mom's ex said it ran straight into the basement. I didn't dare chase it into the basement, so I chose to forget about it. God, I was only 11, so why would I need to think of something that wasn't flesh and bones? Sooner or later, there was the touching and pulling of hair that made me, but I crossed above my door. It was a small silver one that had pretty doves on it. Something in that room did not like that. So every time I came home from school, I came to see it upside down, and by the time that actually got worse was the second going on third year we was living in that house. It came to where I woke up one night and I was being choked. I felt the hands around my throat and I felt bony and hot. Like it was summer, but the house was cold, so why was I not only suffocating but also hot? My mom's ex came running into the room and tried to shake me, and I closed my eyes and started to pray, and as fast as it was going on, it was over. I looked at my neck next morning and there was the bony shape of my fingers, and it was horrible. And that's when I started looking into the history myself. I was 12, so I couldn't do much but ask my neighbors. They told me that there were two triangles in that house. Two triangles in that house. One was of a family. There was a woman and her parents who lived in that house, and the woman had a son whose father ran off, and she found it easier to live with her parents than just by herself. One fatal night, a burglar broke in and killed her mom, her dad, and her son. She was the only to survive. They say she was admitted to a state hospital, but nobody knows for sure what happened to her. Now the second set was an older couple. The wife of the man that lived there came down with a bad cold, and soon enough she passed away while she was at home. Now they say he passed away from a broken heart or he committed suicide. I couldn't find a really clear ending on that one. There was also a few incidents where kids would break in the house since it was empty for almost 12 plus years, and performed scientific rumors, and that is probably where the demon came from. And they said that the revels were performed in the attic in my room. Now after learning all this information, I refused to go to the first floor at night because I never knew what would happen to me if I did. But I was forced to because my mom wanted the leftover ribs in the kitchen. She wouldn't take a no for an answer. So it was in the winter, and I had red thigh high socks on in my pajama shorts, and a simple night tee and sweater. The house was always oddly cold on the bottom half, like something never wanted the heat to reach there. I carefully took each step carefully and climbed down to the kitchen. As I was down there, I felt the similar feel of somebody watching me, and I turned to see nothing but darkness. So I instantly turned on the lights, and all I could hear was silence. I ran into the kitchen. Mind you, my socks have sticky grooves on them, so I couldn't slip, even if I tried to. I looked in the fridge and saw the ribs and grabbed them out. I put the microwave on and waited until I heard the beep, beep, beep. I took it out and turned off the lights as I went and started to walk back up the stairs. Now previously, about 3 to 4 months prior, I had surgery on my hip and it healed up, but if I fell, it was a major thing because the injury was that bad. As I climbed, I felt something grab my ankles and pull my feet from under me. I was literally being dragged back down. I let out a blood-curdling scream, and I hit my chin, and I dropped the planks. My mom came running to see me on the stairs, too shocked to cry, and she said, "What happened?" And I don't want to talk about it. I didn't want to cause her to think I was coming off the pain meds I was taking off and on for her the pain. When I walked no more like limbs into my room, I took off my socks and saw the same bony fingerprints around my ankles. I knew that I had to tell my mom, but I didn't know when. By the time I told her, we were already moving away. She decided that what was going on with our personal lives, we decided to move somewhere where we would have a very private life. But when we were leaving, I was taking a box out of the basement, and a huge piece of wall came tumbling down and almost hit me in the head. I felt that box there and never returned to retrieve, and I don't have the intentions to. The house is now abandoned and has not been restored, and nobody has lived in it for now almost 5 years. It now sits there decaying like it's past, decomposing with whatever evil lies within it. Wow. Well, that was the story, and I recorded for like 11 minutes. It's like 9:39 p.m. I'm going to be probably reading another ghost story after this, but to be honest, this is actually the creepiest ghost story that I ever read out of this whole part. But anyway, bye guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on my notifications, and please get a like to this video. Bye guys, and see you in my next video. Bye!